wonderful Friday. It's actually a good day for some. Today is my dear friend Melisandre's birthday. Happy birthday, Melly. Happy birthday. I hope that you are having a wonderful time. Wonderful time. I mean, I'm having a blast. Shed. I was running from the police. Craziness happened. I went back to the cemetery again, right? You know, trying to do what I said I was gonna do for you guys. Get some evidence. Well, you know, things didn't work out that well for me. Instead of finding evidence, I ended up being possessed shortly for a short period of time. It was terrible. I felt a sense of dread come over me. It engulfed me. I was enraged immediately. Didn't understand why. I was just mad for no reason. There was a guy sitting next to me. I bashed his head in with a brick. Smash, 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 smash. Repeatedly, just smashed it. I was like, oh shit. Came back to my senses, the blood in my hands, and I immediately freaked out. Ran. Didn't know where I was running. Didn't know where I was gonna go. Saw a door. It was open. So I ducked in here. I was like, I have to tell stories. In prison, locked up in the back of a police car. Maybe in a park, buried somewhere. Terrible. Of course, none of that really happened. It's Omen. Chilling in my space. My space dedicated to talking about whatever we want to talk about. Whatever anybody decides they'd like to bring up as a topic, it's fine with me. If not, I'll just sit here and ramble on. Well, you know what I'll talk about? I won't ramble. I actually do have something to talk about. Let's talk about Valley Cemetery. And I think that's a very interesting subject. And I mean this seriously. I'm not joking around. I'm intrigued. Some of these gravestones, when I look up the history of things, these people died in other states. Some of them. But for whatever reason, they were buried here. Now I'm not all gonna say I'm a genius or know anything about how being buried works. I assume you are buried wherever your family is. But it's just him. Long journey. Not even in the deep recesses where the turkeys disappear to. There's just this darkness that kind of like hangs over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like even in the daytime, the deeper in you go and the more into what you're looking at you get, the more like distant the world around you becomes. And people can highly say, oh, he's bullshitting. As your belief. I know what I believe. Maybe I'm crazy. But millions and millions and millions of people across the world can't be crazy, can they? Or are they? Well, anyway, like I said, research was done. I found that a lot of names are not what's written on the stones. There might be a name added or a name taken away. Sometimes even the year of death has changed. Then when you actually look, you study, and you read, and you figure out, oh, based on what the tombstone says, this person was a I don't know, let's just say tea maker. And you read research, John so-and-so, tea maker, died around this time of year, from this type of place, owned land here. What's with the secrecy? What's with the secrecy? It intrigues me, I say. So, of course, tomorrow, because I really didn't feel like going back today. It was a nice, beautiful, sunny day. I was enjoying the weather. I didn't want to darken my day with ghosts and shadows, people, creepy things that go bump in the middle of the night. You know? Us investigators need time to ourselves from these spirits and ghosts. Being by myself, with my own thoughts, the voices in my head that talk to me. They say Omen. Voice in head? Yes, I do remember. We should tell them, shouldn't we? Yes, we should. Well, I will. Now, I found out the problem with the uploading of the footage from the GoPro. Why it's taking so goddamn long for an 8-minute clip to upload. Why it also split it into 5 separate pieces for about half an hour worth of footage. Well, your guy here, Omen G, is 1440. Well, even when short. So it had to split these clips up into smaller clips because there are many, many gigabytes. I mean many gigabytes. My computer didn't have such a nice... I really want you guys to see it. I really think that you'll enjoy it. And I enjoyed making it, so, you know, it'd be good to all share in the journey of scary bullshit together. Now, I'm gonna open the floor up for questions if there's anybody there that wants to ask me anything about Valley Cemetery, Valley Street Cemetery, Manchester, New Hampshire. Please feel free. Ask away. Going twice. Sold to the guy in the back seat who said he wants to know from the beginning. It all started like this, right? I'm driving past this place one day, and I'm not going to say something drew me to it. I just happened to see one of those really old ass gravestones. I was like, oh shit, that looks kind of cool. I'd like to check that out because I like history and stuff. You know, I like old cities and the history behind them. So I was like, I haven't sold. Let me tell you. I went there and I didn't prepare myself for much of anything. It was cold. Didn't have the GoPro. It was sort of like this, let me go see. Was I family? 1 to 2 of them live in this cemetery and they never leave it. It's 20 acres, so 20 acres is a good amount of space for a turkey to run around and shit, but it's a cemetery. Like, how often do you actually see something living in a cemetery, except for maybe squirrels? I just find that they're all in one place, nicely corralled. It's almost like having tamed wild turkeys for dinner. I bet you there's no loggins running up in there and snapping the neck. But that's not what I was trying to talk about. You know, we were talking about turkeys that got sidetracked and shit. My bad. Anyway, back to the turkeys, right? The thing about the turkeys were, I wanted to know what turkeys were doing in the graveyard and found it to be interesting, so I went in search of turkeys. Well, while I was there, I found a strange structure, realized how old this place was. Old cemeteries always have history. Dark history, crazy, scary history. Things that make you think, holy shit, did this really happen? Like tombstones for babies. Several within one family. Never the parents, though. Makes you wonder, did dad get mad? Beat the children to death? The wife kill him since he died before the wife? Because she knew he was a piece of shit? I mean, the stories behind it all. The stories behind it all. To me, that's the most interesting thing about it. The story behind it. Then there's also the frightening realization that there's very... And I don't mean, like, aliens and shit. I mean, you know, ghosts. Ghosts. Ghosts and ghouls, goblins, demons, evil spirits, shadow people. That type of shit. Anger manifested into a physical energy. One which is able to somehow affect us physically, emotionally, psychologically. It's crazy. I tell you it is. Had it happen. It happened. It really did happen. I'm not joking with you. There was a sense of overwhelming, just like I don't want to be here. You know? It's like how I felt. I wanted to leave. But I couldn't leave because I was curious. Sometimes my curiosity gets the best of me. Always gets the best of me. I'm always interested in what's going on. I'm never satisfied with the answer. Just because most of us don't believe that it's there, well, there was this one thing somebody said. It's kind of funny. So somebody doesn't, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. The kid was like, I think it was in a movie. I don't even know what the fuck movie it was. So, like, if somebody's like, oh, you're quoting a cornball movie, I don't care. The quote makes sense. Have you ever seen $1 million? The guy said no. So what doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Ha! It's like, holy shit, from the mouth of babes. The little kid just dropped some knowledgeable bombs on him. Bam! But here's the thing. Sometimes you may not see anything at all. Sometimes it's a mere presence, change in energy, an aura, as some people believe in. I don't know. Everyone's aura looks the same to me. Either they're green or red or black. Like dark black. I don't see pinks and yellows and oranges. It's red and green and black. It's odd. Wow, my fucking lemon head. God damn it. Love lemon heads. So sweet and sour. Gives you 2 smacks. Left cheek, right cheek. Anyway, which looked like it could have been an archway, a doorway, a bridge. A short bridge though, like a footbridge over maybe a ravine or some shit like that. Concrete, stone. But here's the thing. Either A, it had sunk into the earth for whatever strange reason, or B, was never really built that tall to begin with. Or the last thing could be that the ground, if there was water there, whatever water was there dried up. Remember, this thing is 200 years old, so it's very possible that at some point in time, there was some kind of creek or waterway. You know, it's possible. But at the time, there is no water. Just enough space to shove a person under. Like a kid. As I was leaving. That's it, just this book. It was open, like somebody might have been sitting down there, you know, studying or reading or doing their algebra homework. There's trash chewing about bottles and cans and beer. And just this book. Like, who's drinking beer and reading fucking algebra books? I don't know about you. I'm not usually reading anything if I'm drinking beer. Or any other liquor for that matter. Usually just drinking. Maybe watching TV, playing around on the computer, smoking blunts, stuff like that, you know, that type of stuff. Not the other type of stuff. So, needless to say, found it odd. So, you know, I pushed the book with my finger and fell off the stone structure onto the ground. It got cold after that. I mean, it was already cold to begin with. It was like 33, maybe 34 degrees. So it was cold, but it wasn't as cold as it got after I pushed that book off. Now, at first, I didn't notice it, you know what I'm saying? Because I attributed the extra coldness to the fact that, well, it was cold. It was cold. It wasn't windy or anything like that, because if it hadn't been windy, I wouldn't even walk over there. Because, I walked over there. It's like 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. 6 blocks, from where I'm stationed to where I was. And, in that time period, I got cold as shit. Right? So, I'm leaving. I filmed those holes after I finished with the book. As I said, I was there for the turkey, so it didn't really strike me as anything. So, I'm going back up the path. Now, let me remind you, there is one way in and one way out of this cemetery. There is no other exit. There is no way you're going anywhere except for where the other gate is, which is the one you came in. Now, I wasn't really paying attention to her because I was talking to the phone. I was talking to the camera, so I didn't notice her at first. I noticed her when I looked up. She was walking. She didn't look towards me like most people who come into a cemetery and they see somebody else in the cemetery. They look and acknowledge that there's someone else in a cemetery, because it's kind of weird. Let's be real here. Unless you're visiting relatives, being in a cemetery is kind of strange. It's odd. The fact that I was there to explore it is odd in itself. But I'm an oddball. I'm an odd person. I do odd things. Just what I do. So anyway, like I said, it seemed odd to me. A little kid walking through a cemetery, going in a direction that I thought you couldn't go. So I'm figuring, hey, this little white girl, maybe 13 to 15, 16 at the most, years old, is walking through here. Must be an exit that way, because why walk in this way to walk all the way around the cemetery? And I'm not saying that people should treat people prejudiciously, but if I'm a young female and I see some guy lurking about in the fucking cemetery, I'm gonna hightail it, gonna acknowledge that motherfucker's there, and I'm gonna move a little bit faster towards the exit. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Maybe I just seem like a really safe person. I don't know. But anyway, I was about 50 yards behind her. And mind you, when you get to see the actual video, when I finally fucking get to upload it, or when I go back the next time and I just allow you to see it with my phone, that's what I have to do, or the Fuji camera or the Canon. I'll figure out which camera works best, and I'll use one of those fucking 4 cameras to get this shit. Maybe I'll even fly the drone. Oh no, I can't fly the drone because there's a damn airport. We're on the landing and takeoff path, so no drone flying, so I can't get above head view. Above head? Overhead, not above head, because that would just be above my head and would not really be looking down. So overhead denotes looking down at me from overhead, right? Right, good. We've cleared that up. Thank you very much. I was confused for a hot second, people. Anyway, so the girl, right? The ghost girl. Blue jeans, white sweatshirt or t-shirt. I'm thinking just a sweatshirt. Now here's the odd thing about it. Like I said, it's 30 degrees. It's cold. I'm wearing a jacket. Right? Hat. Shit that you usually see me wear. This chick was just in a sweatshirt and jeans. No book bag that I saw. Like I said, she was Caucasian. Couldn't make out any facial features. Couldn't even tell you she had ears now that I think about it. I just know it was a head and hair. Right? She's walking very quietly. Little pace, not looking side to side, not doing things that people normally do when they're in a fucking cemetery and someone is coming up a path to their side. You usually look. I would look. Like I said, didn't question it. Some of the people up here are kind of weird. They're kind of weird. So I just chalked it up to her being one of those weird people. It wasn't until I started walking. There's this row of really old gravestones. You can barely even read the names or dates on them anymore. They're just old. They're old. But that whole, but you can't run. You can't run for some strange reason. You can only walk. So I walked because I'm following this girl. And for some strange reason, something said look down. I don't know if I kicked something or a gravestone caught my attention or whatever. I'm not sure what it was. But I was looking, and When I looked back up, she was gone. So I assumed she went out the gate. Like, oh, the gate must be open on this side. There's another exit. Good, because I don't want to have to walk all the way back over there to get out. Well, the gate wasn't open. It hasn't been opened in at least 10 fucking years. Which is weird, because where the fuck did she go? Right? She couldn't have jumped the fence because it's like one of those concrete archway gates, sharp, pointy, metal, iron shit, pointy spike shit. You're not jumping it. There's nowhere to get grip. If you slip and fall, you're gonna impale yourself. You're gonna be impaled at a fucking graveyard. You'll be a ghost roaming a graveyard, like the ghost girl roams the graveyard, and she roams that graveyard. I'm telling you, she does. Come see it for yourself. Maybe she'll grace you with her presence, or maybe something else that's there will grace you with its presence. There's a lot of shit there in that cemetery. And like I told you, I didn't even quarter, not even a quarter of an acre, not even an eighth of an acre. Some you feel like sadness, sorrow, sympathy. Others you feel this anger. Others you just feel like a sense of foreboding. It's like something is wrong or about to be wrong. It's weird. But anyway, back to Ghost Girl. So I walked 50 yards ahead in each direction. Even though I could see clearly that there was no one there, there's nowhere you could hide. And besides, you were 50 yards ahead of me. If you were frightened, like I said, this place isn't public. There's nothing you can do to somebody on the path that I was on that no one would see. Apartment buildings 4 stories high are looking at the shit, you know? So it's not one of those things where it's secluded. Not where I was at. Where it does get secluded is in that middle, by where that stone thing is. Yeah. Where that stone thing is. And see, that's the part that I'm curious about. Well, after I realized that Ghost Girl had then you know, the row of shit that I came through, I immediately wanted to leave. Now, there's another way to go. Could have gone the path downward, which would have brought me back by the fucking flock of turkeys and back up around the other way towards where I was going. Didn't want to go that way. I'd rather go the way that makes you feel like something wants to kill you than go that other way. That other way just didn't feel safe. But when you look down that path, at the end of it is where that stone thing is. The girl had walked in there for a strange reason, without making any noise on rocks or twigs or leaves or trash. Like a ninja. Swift. No noise. Like as if she herself wasn't really there. But like I said, I didn't think much of it. Didn't think much of it. So I left. Not more than 2 blocks away from it. How about that? 2 or 3 blocks away, I kind of realized that what I saw could not have been a person. Because every person that I walked by, while I was talking to my camera, looked at me as if I was crazy, which is a normal response. You see how animated I am. I am the same way when I'm talking in public. If I'm talking, doing, everybody who saw me looked, acknowledged, looked in my general direction if I walked in from some place they weren't expecting it. But that's what made me realize that that girl could not have possibly, as much as I tried to figure out every logical way that, because I've honestly never really seen a ghost. I've seen shadows and weird shit, but never a ghost. Never like a person, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you want to call it. A specter. So it was odd, because I stay away from cemeteries. You know, I don't go to cemeteries. For what? There's no need for me to be in there. I'm not burying somebody. I quite frankly don't want to be in them. And I don't go to funerals very often, so you know what I'm saying? It was just weird. Not in a frightening way though. Like if I was scared to death, I wouldn't go back. Or maybe I would. I do stupid shit sometimes. like challenging. Oh, come kill me, Death. Where are you, Grim Reaper? I hear you have my name in your book. Well, not today, bitch. Not today. But Ghost Girl. Ghost Girl's got me looking into missing persons. Just because she's roaming that cemetery doesn't mean she's buried. At least not legally buried in that cemetery. And I have a very strong feeling. That if I go under that damn stone thing, I'm going to find something that I don't like. But I'm tempted. Because why shove anything under there? Like, I'm really scared, kind of, that maybe I look up tomorrow missing persons cases in the city, and I find out that there is someone who matches the description of the person that I saw in that park that day. Oh, cemetery. I'm sorry, it's not a park, it's a cemetery. And if that's the case, what is the story behind why she's there? And I really, truly, honestly believe that I'm going to find that in a story somewhere, that there's a 13 to 16-year-old Caucasian female missing. Last seen wearing blue jeans and a white shirt, blonde or light brown hair. I really believe this. From what I've felt and from what I've seen and the things that I heard the second time I went there, I don't think, if you believe in energy and paranormal stuff, you know that these things can affect you in ways that you're not even aware of. Like, you don't have to believe that something can hurt you for it to actually hurt you, right? I mean, we can all agree that I'm not afraid of bees, but they hurt if they sting you, right? Okay, good. There we go. Now that we've clarified fear, it's irrational. Brain that you should probably steer clear of this area to survive. It's not weakness. It's the spider sense tingling. Maybe we should change the name from fear to aware. More aware. Super aware. 17th sense. Yes. I know what you're all saying. I hear shit. Yeah. Well, you can look up the cemetery if you want to. It's public knowledge. There's even people who have done tours and investigations themselves. So I'm not doing anything that other people may not have done. But like I said, because the park is not, well, I keep saying park. You know why I keep calling it a park? Because I see the stupidest shit in a cemetery that I've ever seen. Some kid rode his bike in there, rode around the rows and his tombstones and shit like it was a fucking obstacle course. I wanted to slap him. It's not my kid though, so, you know, obviously I can't slap him. I gave him a look like, if I did that around your G.I. Joes, or whatever the fuck you guys play with nowadays, you'd probably have a fucking conniption fit. Start screaming and yelling. Ah! And here you are, like, rolling around, spitting on somebody's final resting. I want to be burned. Cremated. Give my ashes to my children if they want them. If not, flush them down the fucking toilet. I don't give a fuck. I'm dead. What the fuck am I gonna do? Anyway, because this time I said, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to try to communicate. Got this EVP shit. Right? So, I'm thinking it's bullshit. I'm thinking, you know, these spirit boxes, they're gonna just say anything, you know, and taken out of context, you might really believe you heard what you thought you heard. Or that it has anything to do with the fucking question you asked. And, you know, you never really hear these people ask the same question twice. Right? And if they do, they never get the same answer. Oh, now it's not talking. Well, this is why I really wish I had my EVP footage. I really do. I'm telling you, that'd be the #1 fucking video on Nuke Sci-Fi. Or the day before, from wounds suffered in a war. I couldn't imagine being 16 years old back then, staring down a line of fucking muskets and waiting for them to shoot you one side. And then, when you get tired of that, you rush up close, personal, bloody, bayonets stabbing people, swords, daggers, pistols, cannonballs flying. The brutality of war. Now, with that being said, dying in a war, that far from home, being a child, barely having lived your life, it's gotta be terrible. I asked him, did he die in a war? I waited for an answer. Didn't get one. Now, of course, like I said, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this equipment is bullshit, so I don't expect anything to happen, you know? These people say stuff happens, and they're always making up stuff. It's never. It's not fake. I went to another stone, and I said to the stone, I asked if this was, you know, the name that was on the stone. Little spirit box thing next to it. Nothing happened. I asked again. It's out stuff sometimes. So it's like a kid with Tourette's syndrome. Bah! Fuck you! This is. So I asked again. You know, I said I'm skeptical. I asked again. And this immediately, you know, I got those chills and goosebumps. Spirit box. So then I just let the spirit box play again. You know, play for a little while longer, just to see if that was some little loop I didn't miss, or if it like plays a series of random bullshit just to keep you thinking that it's actually doing something, right? Well, you know, it didn't play this, it's more. Well, I also have an EMF detector. Electromagnetic. Same area. Shit went up to 4 bars. Now I'm still skeptical about this shit, right? I'm still skeptical. Not believing it. So there's another app that actually puts a certain kind of lens on your camera so that when you're looking, you can supposedly see spirit shit, right? Now, I'm telling you, yeah, it does. I'm in a fucking shed, Nate. You know, Kilo is with Melly, and today's her birthday. So, happy birthday to them. Happy birthday. But the ghost spirit thing, put that on, little fucking thing, and there was something standing right next to the grave. There was this shape. The little camera was looking at. So it's fake, you know what I mean? Like, it just puts an image on there, and like, no matter how close you get to where it's supposed to be, you know, I probably will have to reboot the fucking stupid ass modem thing. You know, that door. Then there's another door. No mouse. Smoke my weed. That's what I'm doing. Now, I might go fix it, because if I don't go fix it, then I'm going to have to relaunch, and that can be bad. Or maybe I could just stop the music, and that might stop the fucking terribleness of the internet. So let's see. Let's just try that. Let's see what happens. Maybe the signal will be better. I mean, we don't really need scary-ass music. Let's try the woman. Soft hands. Like the ghost. So, check this out, right? Hopefully things get better now that I'm not streaming the music at the same time. Actually make more hot sauce. Yeah, Monica, you know how we get down. It's nasty over here. Shout out to the Bear family. Little man Ian. J Mama. Mama. How y'all doing? If you're all watching, I thank you for joining me. Just talking about go. If this fucking shit doesn't get its fucking act together, I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna go in the house. I'm gonna reset the goddamn modem. Because there's no reason for it to be so like this. I haven't drank any hot sauce. Not today. Well, did I have any hot sauce? I did have some hot sauce. I wanted some fucking fried chicken too. Fried chicken would be nice. and delicious. Now, the one thing, no, you know, I'm gonna have to, peoples, I apologize. It's lagging like it's nobody's business. That's not fun. For me to be back, hopefully within a half an hour, I'm gonna get something to eat since I'm stopping. I'm roll me another J, and that's what it is. I don't know what space movie was made in 1992. It probably would blow my computer up. Well, not the computer, but the internet. I don't know what it is, man. It's not even just many people streaming shit. Nobody here streams anything. They don't even watch TV. You just kind of sit around. That's why I'm here. No, I'm just joking. They do interesting shit. I'm just not really trying to be part of it right this moment. Connection gets better. And it seems like it's working okay now. I'm seeing excellent connection here. Nope, it's not. I will be back after I reset the modem. You all take care of yourselves. Get yourself something to eat real quick. You know, do all that shit. And I'll see you in a few.